my dear students, and welcome once again to our class in Platform Technologies. In this video, we will be looking at the operating systems in the different hardware platforms. Here, we will acquaint ourselves with the operating systems in the server platforms, in personal computers, mobile devices, such as smartphones and tablets, embedded systems, and Internet of Things. Now, let's dive into it. The first operating system we will look at is the Linux operating system. It is the operating system that I am currently using at the moment. It enjoys the largest cut in the market share of servers. It is also widely used for personal computing purposes and many other applications such as mobile and embedded systems as well as Internet of Things. The core OS, known as the kernel, was developed by Torvalds Linus in 1991 as a hobby. From there, it became the most popular and open source software. Today's modern Linux servers and personal computers is a collaboration of several outfits including the GNU, the kernel, and a couple of desktop environments. Because it is free and open source, there are a lot of derivatives that exist today. These derivatives are called distributions or distros in slang. My laptop, for example, uses a distribution called Zorin OS. Next is the Unix. This is where the idea of Linux OS was based upon. That is why they share a lot of similarities. It was first developed in the mid-1960s by a collaboration of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and General Electric or GE. It was originally developed for the GE 645 mainframe of General Electrics. Next stop, Windows. There's really no need for introduction to this, as this is the most popular operating system. It is made for personal computers as well as servers. This was developed by Microsoft, and its first version was in 1985 when the revolution of personal computing started. As I have said earlier, it is the most popular because it has the largest share in the personal computer market. Rivaling Windows is Apple's Mac OS. This is exclusively for personal computers and is developed, of course, by Apple Inc. This OS, like Windows, is a proprietary software exclusive for use only on Apple computers. It was first developed in 1985. When we talk about mobile devices, the most well-known operating system would be Android. But besides it being built for phones and tablets, it is also deployed on wearables such as smartwatch and Google Glasses. It was developed by Google with the intention of competing with Apple's iOS. Since 2008, Android now has the largest market share in the mobile platform. As mentioned earlier, the rival of Android is of course iOS, the operating system for the Apple smartphones, tablets, and wearables. It's developed, of course, by Apple since 2007. Again, like the Mac OS, it is exclusively used in Apple devices. And it is the closest competitor to the Android. Some other mobile operating systems to note are Symbian, which is the operating system running mostly on older devices, usually with keypad, such as Sony Ericsson. The BlackBerry OS is also the operating system running the BlackBerry devices, which were very popular in the US before Android and iOS stole the spotlight. Microsoft also had their take on the mobile devices. This is called the Windows Phone, which has since been discontinued. And there are many other Android derivatives because Android is an open source, free open source software. It's no wonder why there are a lot of derivatives coming out of it. Next, we talk about embedded systems. Embedded systems are those computing devices that perform a very specific task. This is deployed on applications like car management and control, or home appliances, for example, smart televisions, etc. There are a whole slew of operating systems for embedded computing. The following are just some of these OSs for embedded systems. One, RT Linux. There's also AMX. There's also Lynx OS, BlueCat, OS 9, RTXC, ThreadX. These are just some of the examples of operating systems that run embedded computing. Now, Internet of Things, or IoT, is relatively new. But even so, there are a lot of operating system designed for such purposes. Now, this includes the Contiki, the Android Things, the Riot, Apache Minute, Huawei Light OS, Zephyr, Snappy, which is based on Ubuntu Linux, Tiny OS. There's also Fuchsia. Windows IoT is also the version of Windows that is intended for Internet of Things. There's also Tizen RT. Then there's Raspbian, which I think is probably the most popular among them all because Raspbian is the one that is running on Raspberry Pi as well as Banana Pis, single board computers. There's also Amazon Free RTOS and Embedded Linux and also Embed OS. For more information about Internet of Things operating systems as well as Embedded Systems OS, I have included some links in this section of our Moodle course for your own consumption. Please head over to these links and read them, or better yet, get a copy of these articles. Anyway, that would be all for this video. Thanks for watching.